Hi, everyone. Hi, Katie. We're going to wait for some more people to join in, and then probably we'll give it another 2 minutes, and we'll have the viewers and participants join, and then we'll start.
Great. Sounds good.
Okay, we will give another 30 seconds. Hi, everyone. My name is Sachin Ganika from Searce, and I head the business for Google Maps platform for Americas. And we have our esteemed guest and the speaker directly from Google, Katie Crawford, the Partner Program Manager. And today we're going to take you through a quick webinar, which is not going to be more than 45 minutes, but we will talk a lot about what location-based intelligence is all about. We will introduce the Google Maps platform. We will talk about some case studies, use cases, the advantages and the benefits that Google Maps platform APIs give all the users, just not the users, but also especially for the businesses in the logistics industry. We will walk through the best practices that we have observed through our clients and customers. And at the end of it, obviously, we will get to know as to why should you go with partner going forward. And then we will open the stage for everyone for a quick question and answer session. So before we get into the agenda, just a quick note and a quick understanding of who we are and what we do. So we represent a company called Searce, and we're a company that's more into business process improvements, infused with a lot of technology automation. We are a cloud consulting company, so we are also Google Cloud Consulting partners, and we have been partnering with Google for the past 10 years now, out of which since past 4 years we have been doing so well that We have gone into the Premium League, so we are now called as Premier Partners globally for Google Maps platform, Google Cloud platform, and G Suite products. Our motto is to go ahead and futurify the businesses. We are wanting businesses like logistics industry, insurance, BFSI, to get rid of the manual paperwork or to get rid of the complex workflows. We go ahead and perform that kind of assessment and work very closely with them in order to digitize the environment wherever necessary and wherever applicable with technology. Our specialties are definitely cloud engineering support, analytics, and automation, and we've been in business for the past 14 years with about 650 and growing. We call them as improvers. And the kind of engagement model that we work very closely with our customers is more on business outcome driven and not really as to profit margins or, the SLAs are defined very well, but it's more of a business outcome driven than the native business models that probably are still prevalent into the market. We are present in 10 locations. We are based out of Houston, Texas. We also have a presence in India at 4 locations. And we have, recently opened our office in London for the UK and EMEA. And we have a very strong presence in Asia Pacific, especially in Singapore. A quick walk down through how do we go about it. We actually have a niche skill set in terms of consulting. We try to understand issues, not really what we want to offer, rather than we will listen to you first and then probably work out a solution that will be more customized and will be more practical. We also have deployment stage where we configure Google Maps licenses to ensure realization of desired business outcomes. Just because A, B, C, D are there, that does not mean that you have to go ahead and buy the whole product. We will actually go ahead and help you identifying what APIs really make sense to your business, depending on the use cases. And then go ahead and optimize the APIs and also your pricing and the billing that comes out monthly. So the other products that we have, obviously, our Google Cloud Platform, just not want to repeat that one more time, but we're working very closely with our data scientists who have been helping us create products and build products using maps and machine learning and APIs as well. So without any further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and hand it over to Katie to take it forward to make us understand what location-based intelligence is all about and why is it so important.
Great. Thanks so much, Sachin, and thanks everyone for joining today. Really glad to be here. So just give me 1 second. I'm just going to share my screen. We'll go ahead and get started. All right. So let's talk about location intelligence. And now, as you guys might know, location is more relevant than ever before. It's surrounding us in almost everything we do. And this has led to our world changing dramatically, providing new challenges and opportunities. What we're going to focus on today predominantly is looking at key trends that underpin the urgency for enterprises to think about location. So we're going to be talking a lot about that. And feel free to ask any questions throughout the webinar. There's a link on top of most of the slides, so we can pop back to that soon. And it looks like my slides aren't updating. Hey, Sash, can you just confirm that my slide just switched to the next slide? Sorry. Okay, there we go. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Okay. So most of the data in the world has a location component. According to Forbes, 90% of the data in the world was created within the last 2 years, and the majority of that data already has or will have a location component. This location component provides context and connection between all of this data that doesn't seem to otherwise be linked or have an obvious relationship. And that drives business insights. So think about envisioning multiple stores on a map and then thinking about a heat map to see which of your stores are the most frequently visited, where the largest radius that your delivery drivers can access up to a certain time. So all of that data is really valuable to help us optimize. On top of this, there's been a huge increase in connected devices across all industries. Today, there are over 23 billion IoT connected devices worldwide, and by 2025, not too far away, there will be 75 billion IoT devices. And to put this into some context, that's an average of almost 6 internet connected devices for every person on the planet. I'm guilty of probably having at least 5. And all of these connected devices will produce even more location data, making location intelligence even more crucial. Now, some have called data the new oil and the currency of the modern enterprise. I personally just like to call it data. And through location analytics, businesses can get the real insight and take action that can increase their performance and generate value. Everything is becoming connected. More and more people are using their various devices to communicate with one another, to identify new places they want to try out, to be able to understand, what are the closest restaurants near me? How quickly can I get my food delivered? So expectations are rising overall, and people expect a seamless experience from the businesses that they work with. Personally, I know and expect the transparency from the businesses I purchase from to tell me clear updates on where my purchases are and how soon these will reach me. Real-time, accurate data. Now, this is truly my favorite part of Google Maps, is our real-time, accurate data. And there are multiple reasons why customers choose Google Maps platform. And so we'll cover just a few of those on this slide. There are 2 key reasons. The first is, on Google Maps platform, we have over 1 billion monthly users. And within our Android ecosystem, there are over 2 billion monthly active devices around the world. All of these people and devices, along with our leading edge technology, drive over 25 million updates every day to our data. The second key is our continual obsession with improving the accuracy and freshness of our data. Since launching Google Maps back in 2005, we've invested heavily in this obsession by expanding our Street View vehicles to 88 countries, building advanced machine learning capabilities, and creating our local guides program. Together, these investments drive over 1 billion location inputs a month to Google Maps. And if you have any questions regarding machine learning or cloud, we'll talk a little bit about this later, but Cirrus is also a cloud partner, and I'm sure they'd be happy to discuss that with you. Real quick, before we move to the next slide, I just happen to really enjoy this slide in particular, so I want to call it out. But this is just, you'll see visuals moving for commuters in and out of the city, dependent on times of day. So you can see, at the busiest commuting times, New York is absolutely bumping. And there's just a true pulse with all of our cities here, and really interesting to visualize that on a map. And it's really important to realize that location is not just important for transportation or logistics industries. Location can be applied to all industries and really is essential for us to take into account. We've talked earlier about how the digital universe is rapidly expanding, like our own universe. And with more and more data being produced every single day, all of this data has that location component. And we're going to want to make sure that our business, it has the tools needed in order to take advantage of these rapidly increasing data trends. So to tap into these new data insights, we need to utilize that location intelligence to be able to track, report, analyze, and drive those insights essential for our business. And that's not just for the survival, but also so that we can become a leader or disruptor in our space. So today, location technology is more than just a pin on a map. Together with the Google Cloud Platform, machine learning, location data is intelligent, and it opens up a world of possibilities. So thinking about ways that this can impact your business by taking advantage of location intelligence, we can think about driving revenue, reducing costs, creating competitive advantages, innovations, and ways to invent new business. In a few more slides, the Searce team is going to talk a little bit about how they've been able to do this for their existing customers and how they might be able to help you. So location data provides the backbone and context for individuals and businesses navigating the world around them. Location data enables enterprises to visualize data, understand context, analyze it, and develop those insights. And here are some 3 core benefits to that location data and taking advantage of it. Better customer experiences, optimize company operations, and enable strategic decisions. Personally, as a consumer, I love having a maps component. And at this point in time, you no longer need a map to give me relevant information that's going to be impactful for my experience and make it better. So we're going to quickly switch over to a video put together by Cirrus on how location intelligence can impact your business. So I'm just going to switch over to YouTube real quick. Just 1 second.
Location data critically affects all businesses today. For growing a business, location-based business intelligence is your weapon. Where are your customers? Your competitors? Your field reps, trucks, buses, ships, or assets? Your closest stores, plants, or distributors? What's the right place to set up a new factory, bank, store, or school? As Google Maps authorized partner, Searce develops real, actionable, location-based intelligence for your business. With Google Maps, find where your customers are located, where your distribution network and sales reps should be stationed, overlay demographics, traffic, and other socioeconomic data to visualize trends useful for your business. Track your field reps, trucks, school buses, ships in real time. Using Google Maps route optimization functionality, save up to 30% on costs. It's simple to use, and the most complete and accurate location data available anywhere. It's used more than 1 billion times a month, updated 10,000 times a day. With several in-house built mapping applications on top of Google Maps and expert in-house development team, Cirrus understands your business challenges. We build the best and most economical solutions customized for your business. We've already built mapping solutions for manufacturing, logistics, transportation, delivery services, shipping, travel, energy, banks, insurance, telecom companies, and others. Leverage the power of Google Maps and Cirrus's expertise to achieve your desired business outcome.
Okay. Great. So we can clearly see there that there is more than just a few ways for us to take a look at the Google Maps platform and how it could be applied to your business. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second. Okay. Oops. Sorry, guys. Just want to make sure I'm all set up here. Sometimes that transition is a little finicky. All right. So we're going to talk a little bit about the background on Google Maps before we dive in further on how, specific use cases and how this might impact your business. And I'll let the Searce team take over from there. So like you can see here, maps cover all of our devices now. They help us complete our journeys, whether that's an efficient delivery or finding out a great restaurant in a city you've never been to. Even though I'm on the Google Maps team, I know I'm an average user, and by average, I mean every day, multiple times a day, to improve my transport to work and to make sure that I'm eating the best food in a new city. So possibly one of the most interesting parts of the Maps story is how maps have developed over the past 20 years. And of course, maps have been around for much, much longer than that. But I'm sure we all remember working with paper maps that were shoved in your car door holder or tucked in your backseat pockets. Then came along digital maps such as MapQuest, Google Maps, and Yahoo, with online search and digital maps for consumers. Of course, most of these were still printed out and shoved into your seat pockets, or at least that was how it was for me. So taking it a step further, the world went mobile and digital maps came along with it. They were either hanging out in small devices on the dash of your car or moving a few more years forward from that, on your mobile device, helping you navigate. So beyond that and into the future, location has continued to become intelligent with billions of users accessing maps every day, allowing us to better understand traffic patterns and best routes. And at this point, we can simply send results and a map is no longer needed. So for example, it'll take John 30 minutes to arrive at Google Cambridge if you leave now. That's super helpful. I don't even have to look at my phone. Combining the power of machine learning and the billions of connected devices that we have, which are communicating with each other, we can optimize the way we run our businesses and our day-to-day lives. So at Google Maps, our mission has always been to assist people as they navigate and explore the world wherever they are. The quality and accuracy and freshness of our data is due to our growing investment in location technology over the past 13 years, and we're continuing to invest and explore new ways to connect people to the world. So as I've mentioned before, Google Maps has over 1 billion daily active users. We have 60 million Google local guides who make millions of daily contributions to our places data. So that's when you're accessing Google Maps and you can update, leave reviews, say whether or not this restaurant is handicap accessible, and having all of that is really effective in making sure that our data is up to date. We also employ thousands of engineers across the world who develop algorithms to get our data into the right format and to conflate it with other sources of data. And we also employ thousands of human operators who hand massage this data and add human intelligence to it. So beyond the people that, of course, are a huge part of maps and what makes them important and valuable for us is our global coverage. So Google Maps platform has the most countries and territories covered. We have 99% coverage of the world, and we're built with reliable, comprehensive data for over 200 countries and territories. Our routes span 40 million miles of roads. And if you're curious how far that is, that would be circling the Earth around 1,600 times. Users can also access more than just route directions, but things specific for biking and walking. And we also have the most places. So like I mentioned before with restaurants, we have 150 million places. So that's a variety of different businesses, and 700,000 new places added every month. Now, if you're going to want to move forward with the Google Maps platform, you're obviously going to want to understand what the infrastructure is like and how it's built. So Google Maps platform is built on the Google infrastructure. So you can scale from prototype to production to planet scale without having to think about capacity, reliability, or performance. Our future-proof infrastructure is secure, high performance, and constantly improving. You can rely on our worldwide network, can count on low latency and high responsiveness from the world's largest global private cloud network. And our infrastructure operates at 99.99% reliability and high availability. We also have cloud centers in 17 regions, 52 zones, and over 100 points of presence over 35 countries. So how can Google Maps APIs add value to the bottom line? Here are just a few ways. One of my favorites here is that many of our customers started with one Maps use case. So let's say it was, again, I'll just keep with this theme of delivery to better optimize their routes. And then from then on, they moved to a new use case that they discovered within their business, and they were then able to optimize and make improvements there. So like address verification, for example, helping reduce errors in shipment and improving the time end-to-end to your customer. So as you can see over the past couple slides, there are many reasons why Google Maps platform offers the leading location intelligence. This is why 70% of Fortune 500s and thousands of emerging and innovative startups use Google Maps. So I'm sure you're familiar with a few of the names here. One of my favorite use cases is obviously the Lyft one, because I use that on a daily basis. So you're probably thinking it's clear Google is investing and committed to this space, but why do I need Google Maps platform for my business? How's this going to benefit me? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to Sash in just one slide, and he's going to talk a little bit about how this can impact you guys specifically. But before I do that, I want to talk about the Google Maps platform and our 3 core products here that make up the platform. It is a suite of 18 APIs, but we divide it into 3 segments. So the first one is Maps. So that brings you the real world to your users with customized maps and street view imagery. And then we also have Routes, so that helps your users find the best way to get from A to Z. And then Places helps users discover the world with our rich location data. So now I'm going to go ahead and pass things over to the Cirrus team to talk about what Maps can do and how some of our customers are benefiting from Maps today.
Hey, thanks, Katie. And bear with me for, okay, there you go. So I'm going to be quickly touch basing on solutions and analytics and a little bit of business intelligence that the Google Maps platform APIs can help the businesses. So we're going to be talking about logistics and supply chain predominantly, where, give me one moment. So technically, logistics takes all of the challenges of Internet of Things and adds even more complexity. Your assets are constantly moving. Knowing in real time how your people and goods are moving in is a critical input to an efficient supply chain, and not to mention the many trucks or boats that you need to route to the right place at the right time. So many customers are already using our core solutions to help navigate the world with real-time information. But as we look ahead, we are also exploring what does it mean to solve this problem for different modes of transportation and companies. So technically, we're also thinking about, and along with the customers, to make improvements into their day-to-day businesses and operations, certain and questions that really make us thinking about how can we improve efficiency by integrating location-based intelligence in sales and distribution, for that matter, and not just operations, or how can we better organize assets and personnel in field through real-time tracking, where a mobile workforce can be tracked and traced. You can even go ahead and plan their schedule or define the territories. How can we streamline technicians, for example, and dispatch, improving operational efficiency? In net, we are trying to improve the customer satisfaction. And not the least, how can we empower management with visual information to drive business growth? So we're also talking about some heat maps, or the kind of reports and analysis, and not just reports and analysis, but actionable insights that can help the management to take their decisions or strategize the business going forward. So I'm not going to really go into detail of each of these slides, because I think we'll have to go for a part 2 of this webinar, but I'm definitely going to quickly run through in terms of the APIs can help us. Let's say, for example, the first and the foremost one, a very simple one, is a store locator, which can generate more revenue by making it easier for potential customers to find you, where are you located, which can, where the user can find your name, your address, all the details about you, and reach out to you. So we have also gone ahead and listed some of the APIs that can be used in terms of using this particular feature of store locator. We will definitely go ahead and share a kind of a PDF of this presentation as well, so that you can have it handy going forward. The next one is location tagging, where you get to know visibly rather, to your business through curated locations of goods and services. Your latitudes and longitude coordinates, they actually get translated into business addresses. Um, Fleet tracking, which is a very common one for all of us in the logistics world. We are working very closely currently with clients like CY and Crane Worldwide as well through Searce, where we help them in terms of tracking and tracing. Another feature is location tracking, where a real-time feature is offered here to potential users and drive more downloads. You can track your user locations and develop extremely powerful applications and get more insights. Another one is location sharing, which is very, very common, where you want to share, let's say, your address today, exactly what I did to have my friends over, to the party, and they do not know how to navigate through my home. So I had to actually go ahead and share where exactly I'm located. And I could share that through, we've been using a lot of these applications like WhatsApp and so on and so forth. I love this slide. I'm just going to take a quick half-second pause, because this is where the management really needs their reports. They want to spend more time in analyzing what the situation is all about. Notifications, we can actually create those kind of applications which can help them. Wherever there's a red flag, the system will automatically generate a notification to them, and all this can be done through Google Maps APIs. And visualization is a very, very powerful medium where you need to really get rid of those spreadsheets or logs that you maintain. But if you can put it on a map, it's easier to go ahead and visualize what actions are supposed to be taken and when. So technically, location insights is definitely something important that we are talking of. And beyond logistics, our insights and data models of the real world can help companies with strategic business decisions. We are engaging with several key industries like city planning or finance and insurance, as I mentioned earlier, to develop insight solutions based on Google models of the real world, plus machine learning models as well. So here's a quick, a quick example of, let's say, for example, how the sales and marketing team will go ahead and schedule or plan their activities. Either it could be on the basis of territories, or it could be on the basis of where do you need to send your people. And you can actually go ahead and geocode or define the fence as well, so which is geofencing, and go ahead and allocate your people to do certain tasks or perform certain activities. And everything is available at one-stop solution, which is obviously Google Maps platform. Another thing that I wanted to share about the best practices on this particular platform is the most popular one that we have, which gives you extremely a 5-star experience, I would say, integrates with your existing infrastructure to drive every aspect of your operations. You don't need to bother whether it's really going to get integrated properly, whether the interfaces are going to be working properly or no. I think this is very agnostic to the environment. It also gives you a lot of predictive analysis in terms of travel time, more accurate delivery window, and it actually keeps you on toe in terms of the real-time scenario. And all this is obviously, again, possible with a solution called asset tracking. However, there's a caveat here. This solution cannot just be plugged into your environment unless and until you have, not less than 20,000 assets at a time. This is, again, a run-through slides where you can actually see overview of your current function. You can add various data layers into your mapping platform. You can actually see where the jobs are to be performed, and accordingly you will plan your drivers. Here you can see exactly what the pickup parcels are going to be. They need to be dropped off or picked up from accordingly. It will also give you the driver name, area that he is actually serving, the number of jobs he has to perform, and when is he starting. The application, this is a kind of an application which is more of a mobile app. The driver will be able to notify you where he's heading to, or for example, if there is a delivery of a parcel, let's say Amazon. If the driver is not able to do it, but if you want a confirmation from the customer, we can also go ahead and build a button click functionality where the customer has received the parcel and just click the button, and that gets into your notification as a job completed. This is about the geofencing and designing areas that I was referring to, where you can plan your activities and have your personnel do the jobs. Last and foremost is going to be the kind of dashboard that you will get out of this, which will give you a list of information in terms of list of jobs and deliveries on that particular route, or if you may select various routes or a particular route with various waypoints as well. You can obviously go ahead and designate the areas. Each driver has a designated coverage area they're responsible. We have 5 drivers on the screen right now, and the areas have been defined. You will see those red pins where they need to perform the tasks. Tracking and locating orders is another feature which will help you in real time with traffic updates, which is a very, very interesting layer that Google has introduced. Track and trace and locate your couriers in real time with traffic updates, calculated route lengths, and current job locations. This will also help you to go ahead and plan and optimize the routes, or if there's a new route that you need to create, you can do so depending on the history or depending on the patterns and behavior. This was a click of button I was referring to, where you can actually go ahead and directly communicate with the customers. It will also let you know who the driver was and how much time did it take to actually arrive at the destination. Another automated geofencing alert feature. I'm sorry, I'm going to be running because less time, but some very popular customers that we have are Lyft, who have gone ahead and integrated the Google Maps platform and APIs and have improved their operations. DPD, this is an interesting one where a mobile app was developed for DPD. They integrated the Maps platform with Places API. They also went ahead and used the geofencing feature, and now you can see that a particular driver has been allocated for that job or a task that he needs to perform. It also gives you exactly where the driver is, what your job number is going to be, and how much time will it take for that parcel to arrive at your doorstep. Tripping is another travel company which also used our Maps platform and seen a lot of improvement into their day-to-day operations in terms of autocomplete feature, especially where using that particular API, they did not lose, or the customers did not abandon the cart. At the end of it, I think I'm going to pass it on to Katie, and she will explain and talk a little more about why should you actually go with a partner.
Great, thanks, Sachin. So I'll go ahead and share my screen again.
Sure.
So, why should you work with a partner? Now, my role here at Google is I work very closely with our partners, including Searce. And before I worked at Google, I actually worked for one of our premier partners as well. So I very much understand the value that we can provide on both the partner side and why Google chooses to work with partners. First things first is that our partners can offer an amazing amount of experience in mapping technologies. Many of our partners have been around for 10 plus years, have seen this space change very much. Their developers are fully credentialed on Google solutions and potentially other mapping solutions as well. So they can help you best understand what's right for your business, whether or not you need a custom solution, and our partners can help you figure that out. In terms of just a pure license resale, what our partners can do is they can help you optimize your usage and better understand, should I be using these APIs? Maybe there's an more efficient way for me to make calls with my application to then, improve your business and make things a little bit easier for you. And that all comes along with your Google Maps purchase. And then expert support, you have your support from Google and a full SLA for the Google Maps platform, but partners also offer additional support. So if you have ever had a question, or if there was ever an issue, you could always reach out to your partner and they would be able to assist you there. So of course, we're going to talk a little bit about Searce. And so here are just a few differentiators on this partner in particular. So domain expertise, they have 14 plus years of experience in delivering real business outcomes, transparent and simple pricing, an end-to-end solution services provider. So in regards to asking any questions about pricing or what a solution might look like, I'm sure Sash and his team would be happy to put together whether it's a proof of concept or a proposal, and to best talk you through what's going to work out for your business. Okay, so I think we should flip over to questions. So I'm just going to pull up the questions here and see what's going on. Okay, so we have 2 questions. And as you see on the slide, you can go ahead and submit your questions here if you have any. So the first question is, how is Google Maps better than its competitors? So I think to answer that question, we spent a lot of time during this webinar talking about data and how important having accurate data is. So we have the most data out of all of our competitors. We've been in this space for a very long time. And because of the access to data that we have, we're able to update it on a very regular basis. So like that 24 million updates per day. So you know that we're going to have the most accurate data with real-time updates to make sure that your business decisions are based on fresh data that's going to result in good impacts for you. And secondly, we have the prices of Google Maps services increased in the past couple of months? Great question. So we switched our pricing model starting last year, probably July. I think it was June or July. Apologies. And what we did is we changed things in a way that instead of going from prepay, we moved to a post-pay model. So what that means is that you're just paying for what you're using and everything's set up transparently in the Google Cloud Console. So if you have any additional questions about how the console works or what pricing looks like, I'm sure the Searce team would be happy to walk you through that. All right. So it doesn't look like we have any other questions here. So I just wanted to flip it over to the Searce team. Did you guys have any additional thoughts in closing you wanted to add?
I believe in terms of our capabilities, I think Google makes it very, very sure that the partners, especially the premium partners like us, the whole team and the staff needs to go through an extremely thorough training and also certification process. And unless until you are certified, you cannot get on to any kind of discussions with any of the prospects or leads. So, rest assured, we are Google certified team who are here to help you through each stage of your journey in terms of just not integration, but also working on solutions on the top of maps, and we will help you get through all the challenges that you have on a day-to-day basis.
Great.
So if you have any questions that you want to go ahead and write to us or contact us, you can definitely reach out to us at the email address. That's maps.na@searce.com, or you can personally reach out to me at my email address, and there's a phone number mentioned, and we are glad to help you.
Great. Thanks so much, Sachin and the Searce team, and thank you everyone for joining today. I hope you've learned a little bit more about the Google Maps platform. Yeah, and we look forward to working with you soon.
Thank you so much, Katie. Pleasure to have you on the webinar today.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.